everyone, this is Ruman Ali. Welcome back to my class, and I'm here back to explain you the effects of air pollution. The chief contributor of air pollution is particulate matter. That means the dust particles which are present in the surrounding, that are the chief contributors to the air pollution, and these particulates matter are released into the air from various sources like from industries or from the factories or by burning the garbage. All such kind of activities, they contribute or they add up the particulate matter or the dust particles in our surrounding, because of which the visibility can be reduced. So the accumulation of these dust particles or the particulate matter in the surrounding reduces the visibility, due to which the accidents can happen. And in Delhi, due to the overpopulation, as the more amount of the particulate matter accumulates in the surrounding, they banned to run the airplanes. The airplane flights has been cancelled due to this air pollution, due to the reduce or due to the decrease in the visibility, and because of the fog accumulation in the surrounding. As the fog accumulates in the environment, it reduces the visibility, and as the visibility gets reduced, the accidents can happen. So to avoid the accidents, they cancel the flights. So particulate matters also causes the air pollution that leads to various severe problems in the environment. And the oxides of lead, when it releases in the air, it also pollutes the air, due to which many problems we can see, like health problems, health issues can be arises due to the release of oxides of lead in the atmosphere. And the bronchitis, it is also a problem or a disease like asthma. So the release of particulate matter in the air results in causing different diseases like allergies, lungs disorders, bronchitis. So all such kind of diseases can be seen in the human due to this air pollution. And particulate air or the dust particles which are released in the air, they block the stomata. We know that the stomata is a pore which is present on the surface of the leaf, and this stomata is responsible for exchange of the gases, that is for respiration, and also for the water loss, that is for the transpiration. These two are the main important process that needs to be carried out by the plants for their proper growth. But if this stomata blocks, or if this stomata closes due to the release of the dust particles or due to the fog accumulation, then the plant cannot perform respiration as well as it cannot perform the transpiration. And even the photosynthesis process can also be affected, because of which the plant growth stunted and the plant may also die. So in such a way, not only to the humans but to the plants and also to the animals, the air pollution can show its adverse effect on such kind of living organisms. The oxides of lead is also very harmful, because it may lead to asthma, bronchitis, headache. All these problems can arise due to the release of lead oxides in the air. The next effect of air pollution is H2S. It is very dangerous. It is very dangerous pollutant. If it gets released into the atmosphere, then it causes many different problems to the different living organisms and also to the environment. So H2S is a dangerous and harmful pollutant. So it has the ability, it is so strong that it can damages the painted object, and it can also damage the articles which are made up of plastics and paper. So the different things can be damaged by the mixing of H2S gas in the atmosphere. And if the person inhales this hydrogen sulfide gas, then the headache problem can be seen in that person. The person will suffer from headache by the inhalation of this H2S gas. And the next is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is just like carbon dioxide only, but in the carbon dioxide, the two oxygen atoms are present, and in this compound carbon monoxide, only one oxygen atom is present, but it is very dangerous and harmful pollutant. So during the different activities in the industries, the waste that is generated, in that waste the carbon monoxide can also be released in the atmosphere. So when the carbon monoxide releases in the atmosphere, it has a great or higher affinity to bind with the red blood cells. So when we inhale this carbon monoxide, it enters into our body, and we know that we inhale oxygen gas. So oxygen is very important for all the living organisms to respire. But when we compare the affinity of oxygen and carbon monoxide to bind with the red blood cells, then the carbon monoxide has a higher affinity when compared to the oxygen. So instead of oxygen, the carbon monoxide, it binds with the red blood cells of our blood. So it binds with our blood, and the blood is a connective tissue. It can transport all the things throughout our body. So as it is getting binded with the red blood cells, the carbon monoxide gas can be transported throughout the cells of our body. In such a way, it creates a lot of diseases in our body, like we may suffer from headache, or it may damages our cells, or sometimes because of the inhalation of carbon monoxide, the person may die. So in such a way, all these things are too harmful and they show adverse effect on the human health. So this is about the effects of air pollution. According to the survey of WHO, 2.5 million of people are dying a year due to this air pollution. The air pollution is not only affecting the human health, but it also causes the different environmental issues like ozone depletion. We know that ozone is a protective layer that is present around the earth, that surrounds the earth. But if this ozone layer will be depleted, then ultraviolet radiations of the sunlight can enter into the earth, and it causes different problems on the earth. This is also an effect of air pollution, ozone depletion, and due to the increase in the composition of the carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere, that leads to air pollution. It shows bad effects on the environment, that is called as greenhouse effect, that leads to global warming. So the average temperature of the earth will get disturbed by the release of more amount of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and it leads to global warming. And the other effect is acid rains. The nitrogen oxides or the sulfur oxides, these oxides, when they are present in the air and when the rain falls, it mixes with the water. It mixes with the rainwater, and it shows some reactions that leads to the formation of acids. The acids can be produced by the reaction of oxides with the rainwater, and that acids are very harmful to the soil, to the living organisms, and also to the different monuments. The monuments are losing their natural beauty due to this acid rains. तो अभी हम बात करेंगे इफेक्ट्स ऑफ एयर पोल्यूशन के बारे में. तो पार्टिकुलेट्स मैटर यानी डस्ट पार्टिकल, जो भी डस्ट पार्टिकल्स हमारे सराउंडिंग में प्रेजेंट होते हैं उनको हम पार्टिकुलेट मैटर बोलेंगे, और ये चीफ कंट्रीब्यूटर होते हैं एयर पोल्यूशन को कॉज करने के लिए. इस पार्टिकुलेट मैटर जो एयर में अक्यूमुलेट हो जाता है वो फॉग क्रिएट करता है, जिसकी वजह से विजिबिलिटी रिड्यूस हो जाती है, यानी हमें हमारे सराउंडिंग के जो चीज़ें हैं वो सही तरीके से दिखाई नहीं देते, जिसकी वजह से एक्सीडेंट्स भी हो सकते हैं. और फॉग अक्यूमुलेट होने की वजह से स्टोमेटा जो होता है प्लांट्स में वो ब्लॉक हो जाता है. और हमें तो मालूम है कि स्टोमेटा बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट स्ट्रक्चर होता है. लीफ के अंदर जो पोर प्रेजेंट होता है उसको हम स्टोमेटा बोलेंगे, और स्टोमेटा की वजह से ही, स्टोमेटा की हेल्प से ही रेस्पिरेशन और ट्रांसपिरेशन जैसे प्रोसेसेस प्लांट्स कैरी आउट कर सकते हैं. लेकिन अब जब ये स्टोमेटा ब्लॉक हो जाएगा तो ना तो रेस्पिरेशन होगा, ना ट्रांसपिरेशन होगा, और फोटोसिंथेटिक एक्टिविटी भी डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. इसकी वजह से प्लांट ग्रोथ स्टंट हो जाएगा और प्लांट डाई भी हो सकता है. ठीक है. और पार्टिकुलेट मैटर के अक्यूमुलेट हो जाने की वजह से डस्ट पार्टिकल्स जो हमारे सराउंडिंग में प्रेजेंट है, इसकी वजह से कई तरह के एलर्जीज हो सकते हैं, लंग्स डिसऑर्डर और ब्रोंकाइटिस, ये सारे डिजीजेस भी हो सकते हैं. ऑक्साइड्स ऑफ लेड, लेड एक पॉइजनस मटेरियल है. अगर इसकी ऑक्साइड्स रिलीज हो जाएंगे एटमॉस्फेयर में तो ह्यूमन की हेल्थ को इफेक्ट करेंगे, और कई तरह के डिजीजेस भी हो सकते हैं, जैसा कि है अस्थमा, ब्रोंकाइटिस और हेडेक. H2S भी एक डेंजरस और हार्मफुल पॉल्यूटेंट है. ये अगर एयर में रिलीज हो जाएगा और ह्यूमन बीइंग इसको इनहेल कर लेंगे तो भी कई तरह के डिजीजेस होंगे जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा हार्मफुल होंगे. नेक्स्ट है कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड. कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड के पास हायर एफिनिटी होती है रेड ब्लड सेल्स के साथ में बाइंड करने के लिए. तो अगर कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड हमारे एयर में प्रेजेंट हो और अगर हम वो इनहेल कर ले तो फिर वो हमारे बॉडी के अंदर जाएगा और ऑक्सीजन के साथ compete करेगा, ऑक्सीजन की इतनी ज़्यादा एफिनिटी नहीं होगी जितनी कि कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड की होगी। तो कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड की हायर एफिनिटी की वजह से ऑक्सीजन की बजाय कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड हमारे रेड ब्लड सेल्स के साथ में बाइंड कर लेगा, और जब वो हमारे सेल्स के अंदर ट्रांसपोर्ट किया जाएगा तो सेल्स डैमेज हो जाएंगे। तो इस तरह से ह्यूमन की हेल्थ बहुत ही ज़्यादा अफेक्टेड हो रही है एयर पोल्यूशन की वजह से। ह्यूमन की हेल्थ के अलावा और भी कई तरह के एनवायरमेंटल प्रॉब्लम्स देखने को मिलेंगे एयर पोल्यूशन की वजह से, जैसा कि है ओजोन डिप्लीशन, ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट और एसिड रेन्स। ये सारे एनवायरमेंटल प्रॉब्लम्स भी एयर पोल्यूशन की वजह से ही होंगे। सो दिस इज अबाउट द डिफरेंट or the various effects of air pollution. Now we are going to study about the steps that reduces the air pollution. So the first one is tall chimneys. By setting up the tall chimneys in the industries, we can reduce the air pollution, because when you see the industries or some factories, the chimneys that are present, they are very close to the layer of the ground. They are very close to the ground where the living organisms survive. So if these chimneys are set up a little bit higher, or if these chimneys are set up in a higher places, then the waste or the harmful gases that are released from the industries or the factories, they are not come into contact with the living organisms that are living on the ground. So in such a way, we can contribute a little to prevent the air pollution. By setting up the tall chimneys, we can reduce a little bit of air pollution from our surroundings. The next one is electrostatic precipitator. It is an equipment or so electrostatic precipitators should also be present in the industries or the factories, and this the work of this electrostatic precipitator is to convert the harmful chemicals into some precipitated form. So these harmful chemicals, if they are converted into some precipitated forms, then it will not release in the form of gas in the atmosphere, and this precipitate of these harmful chemicals can be thrown, or it can be disposed safely by using the landfills. In such a way, the waste which is generated from the industries can be disposed safely, and it can reduces the air pollution. The next one is vehicles. Vehicles are the major contributors to the air pollution, because the vehicles run with the help of fuel. So by burning of the fuel, certain gases are released into the atmosphere that are very dangerous and poisonous, and if these vehicles are serviced properly and they are maintained in a proper condition, and whatever the emission or the limited or the prescribed limits given by the government, if the public follow that all things, and if they maintain the vehicles, or if they keep the vehicles in a proper condition, then they can also contribute to control the air pollution. So by maintaining or by servicing the vehicles, we can control the air pollution. And so vehicles can run by burning the fuels, and the combustion of fuels results in the air pollution. They release a lot of gases in the atmosphere. So we can use the alternative forms of the fuel. Instead of using fuel, the vehicles can also run by using CNG and LPG. CNG is compressed natural gas and LPG is liquefied petroleum gas. So by using these kind of alternatives also, we can control the air pollution. Solar operators can also set up in which we can use the natural resource, that is the sunlight. We can use the sunlight to produce or to generate the electricity, and the vehicles can also run by using the electricity in such a way. By preventing the use of fuels that adds the different harmful gases to the atmosphere, we can control or we can reduce the air pollution. And wind energy and solar panels can also be used to control the air pollution, because they do not release any harmful or the poisonous substances into the air. So by this, we can use wind energy that can be produced by using wind powers, and solar panels can also be used to generate electricity. And the main step to reduce air pollution that we can also do is afforestation. Deforestation can cause air pollution. So contrary to that, afforestation can decreases or reduces the air pollution. Afforestation means planting the trees. So by planting the trees also, we can reduces the air pollution. So how? By planting trees, we can decreases the amount of carbon dioxide that are released from the different industries and factories. The accumulation of higher amount of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere leads to greenhouse effect or the global warming or many other problems in the environment. So by planting trees, we can reduces the amount of carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants or the trees. In such a way, we can maintain the natural composition of the carbon dioxide in the gas that leads to prevent air pollution. तो अभी हम बात करेंगे कि एयर पोल्यूशन को किस तरह से कम किया जा सकता है, कंट्रोल किया जा सकता है. तो टॉल चिमनीज के सेटअप से हम एयर पोल्यूशन को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि अगर चिमनीज ग्राउंड लेवल के करीब में रहेंगे तो जो हार्मफुल गैसेस रिलीज होंगे फैक्ट्रीज और इंडस्ट्रीज में वो सराउंडिंग में ही प्रेजेंट रहेंगे और लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स को इफेक्ट करेंगे. अगर वो टॉल चिमनीज से थोड़ा हायर लेवल पर रिलीज किए जाएंगे तो फिर उनका इफेक्ट कम हो जाएगा. इस तरह से हम थोड़ा सा कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे एयर पोल्यूशन को. इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक प्रेसिपिटेटर्स भी इंडस्ट्रीज और फैक्ट्रीज में रहना चाहिए, जो कि केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस को पीपीटी के फॉर्म में, केमिकल गैसेस को पीपीटी के फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, यानी प्रेसिपिटेट के फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, और वो प्रेसिपिटेट को हम सेफली डिस्पोज कर सकते हैं लैंडफिल्स में. व्हीकल्स भी और व्हीकल्स रन होते हैं फ्यूल के बर्निंग से. तो फ्यूल जब बर्न होता है डिफरेंट गैसेस रिलीज होते हैं एटमॉस्फेयर में. व्हीकल्स को प्रॉपर कंडीशन में रखने से भी हम एयर पोल्यूशन को कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे. और ऑल्टरनेटिव फॉर्म्स यूज करना चाहिए, फ्यूल के बजाय दूसरी चीजें इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए ताकि एयर पोल्यूशन डिक्रीज हो सके, जैसा कि है CNG कॉम्प्रेस्ड नेचुरल गैस, लिक्विफाइड पेट्रोलियम गैस, और थोड़े से व्हीकल्स इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की मदद से भी रन कर पाते हैं. तो इस तरह से ये सारे ऑल्टरनेटिव मेथड्स भी यूज करके हम एयर पोल्यूशन को कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे. और विंड एनर्जी, सोलर पैनल्स भी ऐसे इक्विपमेंट्स हैं जो हमें हेल्प करते हैं एयर पोल्यूशन को डिक्रीज करने के लिए, क्योंकि ये वाले इक्विपमेंट्स को इस्तेमाल करने से कोई भी गैसेस रिलीज नहीं होंगे एटमॉस्फेयर में, जिसकी वजह से एयर पोल्यूशन भी नहीं होगा. और एफॉरेस्टेशन भी एक बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप है, यानी प्लांटिंग ट्रीज और प्लांट्स लगाने से भी हम एयर पोल्यूशन को रिड्यूस कर पाएंगे, कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे. So this is about the various steps that needs to be followed to control and to reduce air pollution. Meet you in next class. Goodbye.